Okay, Sally, yesterday you asked me, what's film? So I thought I would tell you a little bit about film and my cameras. This is a film camera. This was the first camera that I used. I think I was shooting this when I was 8 or 9 years old. And the film would have been loaded into the bottom. And I remember taking pictures with this, and I would take my roll of film to a counter in a store that was about a half mile from the house. I'd hop my bicycle right down there, drop off the film, go back a few days later and pick up my pictures. That's my first camera. And you can't buy film for this anymore, so I can't use it anymore. I call this my first real camera. Technically, this isn't my first real camera. First one I had, which was a Canon FTB, I got when I was a senior in high school. That died on me. I used it too much, and it wore out. So I bought another camera body, identical, it's the same model, and this one is still in pretty good shape, still uses it. And this is what I had yesterday. This is the film that goes inside this camera, and this little tab thing here, this is literally the film inside this little canister. The film is, it's got this plastic, and the plastic is coated with a chemical that hardens when exposed to light. So when you take a picture, if I, is my shutter locked? Yeah, my shutter's locked. You know, if I take a picture, then I'm exposing the film to light. That light hardens the chemicals in that film, and the areas of that film that did not get light, like the darker areas, the shadows, they do not get hardened and they get washed away, and you come away after processing, you get a negative. And a negative is the opposite of the image you saw. The negative gets printed on paper, and the negative turns into a positive. And when you're looking at your prints, you're looking at a positive image, but it starts with this film. And this film goes inside this camera. I'm not sure I can do this one-handed or not. I finished this roll of film yesterday. I've had it film in my camera for quite a while. I'm going to open up the back. And there's my film canister. And I will take this to the camera store up in Kenosha, and they'll process it, and I'll have some prints later and some pictures of you. So that's film. So there's pictures inside here, and we have to process this. There's special machines I use for taking the film out. And if I was going to take more pictures with this camera, I would load this film in, but you know, I'm not going to. I still shoot film. This is the film that I use today. This is called 35 millimeter film. It's because it measures 35 millimeters. Oops, I just dropped it. This is called 120 film. I'm not sure where 120 comes from. But it's 60 millimeters, 35 millimeters, 60 millimeters. It's bigger. In the case of film, bigger is better quality images. So good quality, really good quality. And the cameras are bigger. I've got, these are two cameras that I shoot with film, and of course they're bigger than that. I have a small camera too that shoots 16 millimeter film. It's a tiny, it's like a spy camera. So these are the two film cameras that I have that I shoot pretty regularly with that film. Now I have bigger film, and it's in the freezer, and it's not in a roll. It's actually sheet film, and that's 4 inches by 5 inches. And that camera, of course, is even bigger. But I'm not going to get that out. I'll show you right now. So that's kind of a long answer to your question. Your grandfather does not have short answers.